Alright, you're with Al, and this is Chronicles of a Not Yet Champion Golfer. Different venue today. I'm in my state-of-the-art garage. I mean, the golf course is closed at the moment. It's been awful weather. It's not stopped raining. And for me, practicing and keeping on top of things, it's an ideal way to work on technique without getting obsessed with what the ball's doing. And then I can sort of try and transfer everything, go out and play and be completely free on the golf course. I can almost segregate it into technical staging to playing freely on the golf course. This glove is rubbish, by the way. Look at that hole in it. Don't use a new glove for practicing. And yeah, that's where I am now, talking about the hole in my glove. I'm going to talk you through what I'm doing in my swing, what I need to work on, what I try and kind of keep away from in my swing, or at least reduce the chances of doing it so it can actually perform under pressure. And then I'll go in the house, and the practice I do in the house as well, which a bit of putting, bit of chipping. And I know not everyone's got a garage to practice their full shots in, but I've got a little way around that. You can still work on technique in the house without smashing all your light fixings. One of the big things I always struggled with from being a kid, really, having lessons, was trying to get a specific move into my swing. Like, I could do it, you know, if someone told me, oh, you need to drop it on the inside, I could do it. But then when I come to swing it naturally, and I hit loads of balls, it wasn't getting into my swing somehow, like, so I couldn't do it under pressure. So the way I work in here basically is, and like I said, I'll do this every night, because my bad swing is I get that way, steep, and that's because for years I was kind of working on pulling down, which steepens the club angle, and then you have to back up and time it, and I still get a bit like that on the golf course, and I know I do. Watching back on the videos, I can see that I do. And by that, if you watch the video, it's that sort of club moving outside. It's really common. So my sort of practice theory is I go extreme in here. So I'll basically hit 5 balls where I feel like the club goes, my arms work around me and I'm rotating the hips and chest. Club stays out massively in front of me. Keep going up that way, and then it can actually reroute and shallow. And that's my main thing, is not pulling this in here so it's really narrow, no room to get through the ball and back up, which is where I lose speed, which is why I wasn't getting the speed I wanted in driver. It's about keeping it kind of wide and not feeling that pull down, because that steepens. Almost feel like the butt end of the club goes towards that way. That's where it's going to shallow with rotation. Lower half opens, club flattens, shallows I should say, and that's kind of the work I do. So I'll normally hit 5 balls, extreme feeling, but with a slow, really slow rhythm. Actually feel the positions, so very technical thoughts. Oh, nearly missed it, that hurt my hands. That. You can see that's very technical, feeling the positions. Try and hit it properly, Al. That downswing is started with lower half rotates and this elbow goes that way. So it's that was fat again. It's really hurting my hands now because the hips aren't opening enough. Keep the hips open. I want to feel like my hips are massively open at impact, but my shoulders are quite square. Club face keep pathing down the line then. Club face paths down the line, not the club going that way. Club face paths down the line, hands almost go left. Better. So you can see that's extreme. I'll hit 5 balls like that, and then something I'll do, not all the time. This club, just a wedge, half a normal grip, half a putter grip, but the putter grip's twisted so it's aligned down the left. And because I'm talking about shallowing it, it's easy for me to go shallow, club face is massively open. Basically, you grip at that putter grip, you can feel your right hand's on top of it on the flat of the grip. And it just makes sure that I keep pressure on it on the way down. See the way my right palm is pointing at the ground? Got to open up the hips, hit it straight, otherwise I'll just whip it left. So I'll hit quite a few shots. Not every night, because that's not my normal grip where I would be, but it just allows me to feel where the club face is in a strong position more. So it'd be... really feel like you get the club face under control more and pressure. Touch. So I've done my 5 technical swings. Then I'll do it full pace, but still feeling technical. So I'll rehearse it and still feel it extreme. So thinking about the swing, but at full pace. Okay, that was better strike. I mean, I'm not going to hit it like this in a comp or on the golf course, but it gets me away from my opposite flat, steep over the top. If I feel like the club stays out in front of me, the more I do that, in an extreme that way, I'm not going to come back down that way, I'm going to reroute it. Kind of Matt Wolf is probably the biggest example of that sort of feeling. I'm not going that extreme, but that's the feeling. And then I'll make sure I hit 5 balls straight after that technical swing. 5 balls, just free. Still feel it in rehearsal. 5 shots, just natural. And now I'm looking at strike. I want to strike it properly and start line as much as you can see when the ball's only flying sort of 2 yards, you know. Good. No more thins. It's good in weathers like this, you get like punished for thinning it because your hands vibrate. Quite nice actually. And that's where I think it gets into your swing more, because you're going through stages, you're not just and ball after ball after ball technically, because you can't think like that on the golf course, as you'll just chop it round. Right, what I was going to show you before. Here's my little workaround. When I said about practicing inside and not smashing your lights. Little club in it. Just cut it down, just an old demo club. Cut it down. And then you can work on your positions in the house with your little club. There's good feedback on where the club face is, everything on the way down. Good little club, yeah. And then there's some interesting stuff in here. Basically a lot of these are clubs that I borrowed off the Biff and then just sort of forgot. Don't know what that was. Forgot to give him back, like look at that 3-iron. Like a butter knife, that. Wouldn't want to thin that now. Well then these are my putters, a couple of my putters here. Look at that. Scotty Cameron Pro Platinum. Had it refurbed, didn't I? Beauty. And I've got this, which I need to get refurbed. This is like favourite putter of all time. Scotty Cameron Cerulean Santa Fe. Love that neck. Amazing that. But I want to get that refurbed so it looks brand new, because when these are new, they are like the best looking putters ever. Which I've then got, wait there, yes! A Cerulean, this is how it should look. Look at that. That's amazing, isn't it? You have to oil them and stuff, so that's never been used, that. Never used that, just kept it brand new. Amazing. Best putters ever made, them. I love these little rubber jobbies in the back. Nothing else of any. Oh, there is another one of interest in here. Now this might have been one that I borrowed. Should say Biff there really. But that's also pretty good. Scotty Cameron. Tour only. The little dollar sign. If the camera would focus on it. Focus on it! Quite nice, that. I don't really like going to range as much, but it is important to see the ball flight, and this time of year you cannot get on the golf course very often, so yeah, needs must. And when I'm doing a film and telling you how to swing it, how I'm swinging it, not telling you how to swing it, this is just me, what I feel is working for me at the moment. It is important to see the ball flight, so make sure I'm doing the right thing, and then I can come back and carry on. That was the one. Because I don't know if I'm shallow in it, swinging at full speed. So I'll film one in slow-mo and see if I am actually shallow in it. And this is me sort of swinging it straight after technical work, straight into just sort of flowing, non-thought swing. You'll see I get the club higher at the top of the backswing here. Good wind up. Transition's better than it used to be. The shaft there going almost through my forearm, just above it. I'm happy with that. In the past, it might have been through my shoulder. Continue the hips turning through. Lovely strike. Oh, follow it up with a volley. Yeah, nice strike. But that's actually really hurt. Why I did that? What are you doing? I don't know why. Straight on the edge of my toe. Absolutely killed. Was a good strike, that, to be fair. Great finish. Not recommended. Right, once you finish doing that and volleying balls into the net, do a bit of putting. Got my putt out mat, my putt out hole, and to be honest with you, I don't spend loads putting to a target at home, because you're never going to get it like, you know, it's very rare you get a very straight putt, so you can't really practice your putting pace-wise relative to break of a putt and stuff. You can just try and get it in that little hole on the old put-out jobby, which is easier said than done, to be fair. No, come on. See, it gets frustrating, this. There you go. Put out jobby, there you go. Yes! And I'll do a lot of work on this, which is by Vizio, which is Phil Kenyon's putting aid that he's got loads, and to be honest with you, they're probably the best ones I've found out there, really. And it's just an arc. You can see this line creates an arc, because you don't want to put, well, maybe you do want to put like that, but it's very difficult to put straight back, straight through, unless you're set at like 90 degrees, and that's the way the putter can work, straight back, straight through. But just because of where we're stood, you want to have an arc, and I want that to be consistent, so I'll hit a lot of putts. And like I said before, this like indoor practice, essentially for me, certainly in swing wise and putting, is more about technique than focusing on getting it near a hole or anything like that. It's just purely technique, and then I'd go out on the course, and that's when my performance based sort of practice is. So this is just about repeating. This is just about a repetitive. This is about a repetitive stroke. So it's making sure that stroke is back along that arc and through along on the same arc. I mean, that's gone off right, and that's why I don't focus on where the ball's going, because the mat can be a little bit like not straight down. It's just a guide to get your stroke going. And I'll do this a lot, but I generally wouldn't do it to the put out hole, to be honest. It'd just be on the carpet, and I'll do it to get a feeling of what the putter's doing on the way back and way through, and it's just a really good visual to build that consistency in your stroke. But here's the thing, if I'm trying to get, yes! If I'm trying to get it in that put out hole, I won't have any technical things with me, because I don't want to start trying to hole putts thinking technically. So I'll do my technical work on there, then go back, hit a few putts to the target, then go back to using sort of technical practice aids. Here now, I don't want to be thinking about technique. I just want to be thinking about getting that ball in that little hole. Right, this is the test. One ball, one chance, £1 million. This. If I get this in there, one go, £1 million. So someone's got to give me £1 million that's watching. One chance. Full routine. Yeah, dead straight that, yeah. £1 million, come on. Yes! £1 million, £1 million! Who's giving me that money? Genuinely? Genuinely, who's giving me the £1 million? As we did it, I agreed to it. I did it. I got £1 million. That's literally actually first go when I said it. I just said that's for £1 million, and I've done it. Buy me putter for £1 million. Yeah. £1 million. Put a new grip on me putter. Was putting rubbish. New grip. Miles better. That's £1 million, thank you. That was amazing, actually. I find it quite good to create those sort of situations. Granted, no one's probably going to give me £1 million for getting in the put-out hole. But as a kid, you do the same things like, oh, this is for the Open. I don't understand why you can't do that as like an adult. I actually get a feeling when I do it and try and convince myself this is for the Open. Done it loads of times. And then when I get the putt for the Open, so I'm no longer Chronicles of a not yet champion golfer, I'll have done it, I've known, I've holed it in the put-out hole for £1 million. Same thing. So that pretty much covers my indoor practice. And I did say to Paul actually in one of my videos, I like to practice me chipping inside. So I do that in here. I've got quite a long room upstairs. And I do it with, chip it through my Vizio putting gate. I know it's called a putting gate, but I chip through it. If you could subscribe, that would be lovely. If not, get me security guard on you. Look, threatening. Thank you, mate. Thanks for your help. Thanks for watching. See you next Tuesday.